Hello all, welcome to session 15 of Selenium 4 training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate how to use find elements and tag name methods in Selenium WebDriver. Along with this, I am going to practically show you how to handle stale element reference exception. So let's get started. First, we'll start with this find elements. Okay, find elements. So till now, guys, we have used find element, but not find elements. Okay, there is a difference between find element and find elements. This side, I'll write find element. Okay, we were using this find element so far, and on the other side, I'll write down the new method that I'm going to demonstrate in this session, that is find elements. So to understand this find elements well, you need to first understand what is find element. I already demonstrated this find element for you in the previous sessions, but let me take an example and show you. Okay. So I will open this IntelliJ IDEA editor, and here already a sample project which is already configured with Selenium is available. Okay. Here I'll create a sample class, a demo class, and inside this demo class, I'll create a main method. Okay. So inside this main method, I'll be writing some Selenium automation code. First, I'll write this WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. Import this WebDriver manager. So after this, write down WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So I already explained how to use these statements and all in Selenium in the previous sessions, guys. Okay, I explained about WebDriver manager and all those stuff. So I'm just continuing with this process. Okay, so import this WebDriver interface from Selenium library and also import this Chrome driver class from Selenium library. Fine. Now say driver dot manage. Let's maximize the browser window. This will open the Chrome browser. Now I'm going to maximize the browser window. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then I'll simply open the application URL that I want to open. So I want to open this sample application URL, that is omaya.blogspot.com. Okay, this application I want to open. Copy this URL and paste it here. Once this application URL is opened in the Chrome browser like this, what I want to do here is, I want to use single element. I want to locate a single element, guys. Okay. So for example, here there is a login button. Okay, there is a login button here. I want to I want to find or locate this login button with the help of Selenium. So I'll write this driver dot. The command I am going to use is find element command, normal element command. Okay, this I have already explained how to use this command in the previous sessions, right? The left side one, find element. It's not elements, it's normal element. Find element, and inside this find element, I'll write by dot. I just need to decide what I have to use. Okay, so I need to, based on the locator type, I have to give the text here like by dot what. Okay, we don't know. So let me right click on this login button and select inspect option. And in the HTML code, this HTML code got highlighted. Okay, under the elements tab, this HTML code of this login button got highlighted here. So right click and inspect, you will get this HTML code. And now, if I want to locate this login button, you see ID attribute is not there. So ID locator is not possible. Name locator is not possible. Class class name locator is not possible. This is not a hyperlink. So link text is not possible. Then the only possibilities are either I have to go with the CSS selector or XPath expression. For now, guys, okay. Though I have to go with the CSS selector because CSS selectors has a highest priority over the XPath expression. But for this session, okay, for this example, I'll choose XPath, guys. Okay. So even though I have to choose in real time, I have to use the CSS selector only, but I am going to use XPath for this. Okay. So if I have to create an XPath expression, okay, the previous session I covered, right? I covered a detailed session on how to create the XPath expressions on your own. Okay. With that knowledge, guys, by looking at this HTML code of the login button, I am going to create an XPath expression. So here I'll say new node, and here by looking at this HTML code, it's a button tag, guys. So I'll say / button. Okay. In relative XPath expression, I'm trying to create this / button having the value as login. Okay, value as login. Type as button and value as login. Okay, so here I will say at the rate value is equal to log in. Okay, login. Done. So with this XPath expression, let me try whether this particular XPath expression is able to locate this button or not. For that, I'll simply say Control F here, and I'll get this search box field, paste it here. Okay. You see one of one only using this XPath expression, we are able to locate only one element, and this particular highlighted one. Okay. When I hover the mouse on this highlighted HTML code, you see on the UI, the login button is getting highlighted. That means with this XPath expression, we are able to locate the login button. Copy this, come back here, and say I'm using the XPath expression, guys, right? XPath I'll say, okay. So double quotes and paste it here. Paste the XPath expression here and simply say what I have to do on this button. So I didn't say that, right? What I have to do with the button, I didn't say. Before doing anything, guys, I'll put a semicolon here. Now, if I want to store this, okay, you see here, I want to create a web element out of this, okay. So this is a web element, right? This is a web element, okay. This is a web element. So how to create a web element out of this statement? Driver.findElement. This statement is finding the login button. Out of this statement, I want to create a web element for this login button. So here I will say login button is equal to one variable name I gave and say create local variable. You see the return type came as web element. This is a login button is a web element. On this login web element, what I want to do with this login web element? Let's say I want to retrieve the label text of this button. Let's say I want to retrieve this label text, that is login. Okay, where is this label text? It's there between the tags. You see, I'll cancel this and say, you see, this particular label text of this button is between the starting and ending tags. Okay. In one of the previous session, I explained, right, how to retrieve this particular text between the starting and ending tags of a particular element. So for that, which command we have to use, guys? I have to say login button dot get the text command we have to use. In Selenium WebDriver, we have a predefined command known as get text, which will retrieve the text between the tags of the required UI element. Okay. So it will retrieve this particular text, that is login text will be retrieved by this get text, and we'll be storing that into one string variable. Okay. String text on button. Okay. Text on button is equal to, and I will simply say sysout. I'll print this text on button, guys. Okay. This was sample example, guys, for how to use this find element. Okay. Here we are using find element. So I'll say text on button, and finally I'll say driver.quit and run the code. Okay. Let me run the code. Let me run the code. So it will open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, open the application URL. Then it will find this single element, guys. Here XPath is locating only one element. That element we are passing. Okay, that XPath expression which is capable enough in locating one element, we are passing to this driver.findElement, and we are creating a web element. And using that web element, we are retrieving the text on the button. Okay, you see the text label text on the button got retrieved here. So here find element, to the find element, we are generally passing the locators. Okay, to the find element, we are generally passing the locators. We are generally passing the locators, which can, okay, which can locate only one UI element on the web page. We are generally passing this. Okay, that means here, whatever the XPath expression I passed, it is locating how many elements? Either I say control F and give this here. You see one of one is coming, or you can even go to selectors of, guys, as an alternative. Here also you paste it and press enter. You see only one element is matching here. That is this login button. This XPath expression is only locating single element. Okay. So no problem, guys. This kind of XPath expressions which are locating single element, we have to definitely use find element, guys. Okay. There's no other thing. But what about find elements? Before understanding the find elements, okay, first let's find the problem with the find element, and after that you will understand how to use find elements. Okay, where to use find elements you will understand. Okay, so here to this find element I am passing an XPath expression which is able to locate only one UL element on the web page. Okay, what if I pass a locator? What if I pass a locator which can locate which can locate multiple UI elements on the web page? Multiple UI elements. What if I pass a locator which can locate multiple UI elements on the web page? Okay, so the space is not there. Let me type it again. So what will happen here? I'll type what will happen if I pass a locator to this find element method. Okay, where pass a locator to this find element where the passed locator can locate multiple UI elements on the web page. Single locator can locate multiple UI elements on the web page. In that case, what find element will do, we'll see that. Okay. For example, guys, okay, what I want to do here is here. You see, if you take any example we can take this. I'll go with this example. Okay, multi-selection box field example. I will go here in the multi-selection box field. There are how many options are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 options are. Okay, I'll inspect this, and after going here, if I expand this multi-selection box field, you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 options are there. I want to locate all this. I want to create an XPath expression. I'll be creating an XPath expression which can locate all these 4 options at a go. Just see that how to create by looking at this HTML code of this multi-selection box field. I can create, guys. So here I'll say /tag name is select, and in the square brackets I will say ID attribute at the rate ID is equal to, I'll give this value, guys, that is multi-select 1. I'll give done. So this will locate this single multi-selection box field, but my goal is not to locate the multi-selection box field. Rather, I want to locate all these 4 options in this multi-selection box field. So for that, the options are there: option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. They are the children tags of the select tag. So immediately I'll say /option here, the name of the tag, that is option. So this XPath expression will locate multiple UI elements on the web page. Okay, this particular XPath expression I created here. Okay, we'll locate all the options. Okay, that is multiple UI elements will be located. How to find it out? Control F here and paste that XPath expression. This XPath expression I pasted, guys. As you can see, 1 of 4 it is saying. Not 1 of 1, it is 1 of 4. Okay, that means here this single XPath expression is able to locate first option, second option, third option, fourth option. Can you see that, guys? It's keeping on going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 4 options are being located. So if I copy the same XPath expression in selector sub also, you can see the same thing. Just press enter here. You see 4 elements are matching, not a single element. What are the 4 elements? This Volvo, Swift, Hyundai and Audi are the 4 options. Earlier, whatever the XPath I created was locating only one button, that was this particular login button it was locating. But this time, when I create an XPath expression like this, it is not locating a single UI element on the web page. Rather, all these 4 options of this multi-selection box field are getting located. Such kind of XPath expression, which is capable enough in locating multiple elements on the UI of the web page, okay, what will happen? So if I give such kind of thing here, okay, then do you get options or option? So this particular XPath expression is capable enough in locating multiple UI elements on the web page, but here find element can only find one element. That is a problem. XPath can locate multiple elements, but find element can only find one element. Okay. So even though you are giving an XPath expression which is capable enough in locating multiple UI elements, find element can only locate one element, guys. That means out of these 4 options that can be located by this XPath expression, find element command can only find the first option. Remaining 3 will be ignored. Okay, it will only take the first option. So guys, if you investigate this options here, you see, for example, here we'll do an experiment here, guys. Okay, we'll do an experiment here. You see, these 4 options are there. 4 options are located by this XPath expression, but I am passing this XPath expression to find element method. In that case, what will happen here is it will only find the first element. Even the 4 elements are possible, find element will only find the first element, that is first option will be located, which is having the text as vulva in between the tags. Okay, so let's do that. So here this one can locate multiple elements, but find element will only find the first element. So only find the one element, that is the first element it will locate, first option it will locate. So here I'll say option, I'll say, okay, and here I'll say option dot get text. I'm retrieving the text between the tags of this option, guys. Okay, which text will come? Let's see. Okay, so option text, I'll simply say option text is equal to, I'll print this particular option text here. Okay, you will see that instead of finding all the 4 elements that are being located by the XPath expression, find element can only find only one element. Okay, out of all the 4 options, only one option will be found, that is in the first position on the HTML code. Okay, so that Volvo will be on the first position. Definitely that Volvo text will be retrieved here and it will be printed here. Okay, So we are not utilizing, right? We are not properly utilizing the XPath expression here, which is capable enough in locating multiple U elements on the web page, but find element can only locate one element. Okay. So with that limitation, only one option will be considered. That is the first option. Just see that, you see only the first option, that is Volo got printed, guys. Remaining all didn't get printed. So that's the problem. So guys, that's why since there is a limitation with the find element, we have to go with the find elements. If you provide the same, okay, if you provide the uh, locator, okay, if you provide the locator which is capable enough in locating multiple, okay, if you pass a locator like an XPath expression or something which is capable enough in locating multiple UI elements on the web page, here with the help of find elements can locate all the elements, guys. Okay, find element will find all the options, all the UI elements that this locator can locate. So that means here same XPath expression, guys, which is capable enough in locating the multiple elements. If I am passing to the find elements instead of find elements, you see already the error is coming, because here when I say find elements, it cannot be a single element, right? That's the problem. So I have to say something like this. Here I have to say options is equal to, not option. I have to say options. Multiple options will be found. Multiple U elements will be found and stored into these options. Of which type, guys? They will be a list of web elements, guys. Okay, you see a list. In one of the previous session, I explained about the list, right? From Java collections framework. Okay, list is a predefined interface in Java and belongs to the collections framework in Java. List of web elements, not a single web element, but list of web elements will be located by these find elements and stored like this. Okay, now I cannot say options.getText because I should not be using like that. Okay, so instead I will use a for each loop, guys. Okay, you remember, right, with the collections framework and all, okay, the classes and predefined interfaces of the collections framework, we can use a for each loop, right? So for each and every option is of which type? Here each and every option that is collected from this XPath expression by this find elements is of which type? Web element type. Option 1, that is Volvo option, is a web element. Second, okay, what are the other options, guys, we have here? Volvo option is a web element, Swift is a web element, Hyundai is a web element, Audi is a web element. Okay, so each and every option is a web element. So I'll copy this web element here, say E colon options. Okay, for each and every web element in this options which are captured by this find elements command, I want to iterate this loop and say system.out.println. I'll say E means you should not be printing the elements, guys. Okay, you have to perform some operation on the element. I want to get the text between the tags of that. Okay, I'll use this command of the Selenium WebDriver. Don't simply print E, guys. Okay, you'll get some code here which you will not understand. Okay, so you'll get some understandable code when you print the web elements. But when you say E.getText, right, so then you will get the text between the tags of each and every element, guys. For Volvo, what is the text between the tags? For the Swift option, what is the text between the tags? For Hyundai option, what is the text between the tags? For Audi option, Audi web element, what is the text between the tags? Okay, this particular text between the tags of each and every web element here, if I want to take, then web element dot get text I have to use. Okay, so this is a way of doing, guys. Now, if I run this code, guys, this time, okay, finally I'm closing the browser also. So what will be printed in the output is the label text of each and every option will be printed. Okay, that is the text between the tags of each and every option will be printed in the output, guys. So this is what is find elements, guys. Okay, it can locate it can find multiple U elements on the web page. If you pass an XPath expression which is capable enough, or any locator which is capable enough in locating multiple elements, find elements can utilize that and can find multiple elements out of that, and that it will create a list of web elements, and we can use a for each loop with the list of web elements and do the required operation on each and every element like this. Get text is one of the operation. You see all the option text got printed, Volvo, Swift, Hyundai and Audi. But with find element, this was not possible, right? This was not possible with find elements. Fine. So I explained till here, guys. Okay, let me explain more examples about the find elements, guys. Now, guys, I want to do one more thing. So this part is done. I was able to retrieve all the text, all the option text from this multi-selection box field as part of explaining the find elements. Next example I want to take here is, I'll refresh this page. And next example I want to take here is, I want to, you see, I want to click on each and every link here, guys. Okay, one by one I want to click like this. I want to click on this link first. Only these 5 links, guys. Okay, I don't want to go outside this section. Only this section, this other sites to practice automation is there, right? Under that, whatever the links are there, only these links I want to open. One by one I want to open. That's what I want to do. How to write the code? For that, how to write the code, guys? So this code will be static. Till here, it's no change, guys. Okay, till here, no change, right? Opening the Chrome browser, maximizing the browser, and opening the application URL. Till here, no change. But now I want to click one. I want to open one by one hyperlink here. For that, guys, what I have to do is I have to use find elements only, right? So let me inspect one of this hyperlink. Inspect this one of this hyperlink. The HTML code of this hyperlink will come, but my requirement is not to only locate this single hyperlink, but all these 5 hyperlinks under this section I want to locate. So for that, let me investigate what I can do. Here you see hyperlinks are like this. Okay, hyperlinks are like this. With the XPath knowledge I have shared you in the previous session, we can think of something. Okay, all these hyperlinks, the parent of this hyperlinks is this UL, right? UL, all these hyperlinks have this grandparent as UL, and on the UL div is there, but there is no specific thing. I cannot use this class. I don't know whether I can use this class or not. Widget content may be there for many things. So just go top till you see there is an ID, guys. Okay, I can rely on this ID. Okay, so from here, if I hover on this section, you see, guys, on the UI, the complete section of the hyperlinks got getting highlighted. So with this, guys, with this from here, I'll start creating an XPath expression. By looking at this, I'll create an XPath expression. So how to create? Simple, guys. I'll simply say double slash. So here div is there, div tag is there, div square brackets, ID link list is there, at the rate ID is equal to, at the rate ID is equal to, I'll say, what is that, guys? Link list one. Okay, copy this and paste it here. So till here we located, guys. This section we are able to locate, but my intention is not to locate the section, but I want to locate all these 5 hyperlinks. 5 single XPath expression should be able to locate all these 5 hyperlinks. For that, guys, so under this div, the grandchildren or the anchor tags. So you see all these anchor tags are the grandchildren. So what I will do here is I'll simply again say double forward slash A. I can directly jump to this grandchild, okay, using this double forward slash. So this concept I covered in the previous session when I explained about the XPath expressions, how to create XPath expressions. Refer to that session, guys, if you want to get kind of good knowledge on how to create your own XPath expressions. Okay, so copy this XPath expression and select a sub and paste this and paste this and press enter. You see all the 5 hyperlinks got located. You see 5 elements, total 5 elements, that is all these 5 hyperlinks. I'll copy this, guys. This XPath expression which is capable enough in locating multiple UI elements, that is multiple hyperlinks, I will use it here. Driver dot, I should not be using find element, I have to be using find elements because it can locate multiple UI elements. Here guys, inside the find elements I have to give by dot XPath. Okay, I used XPath. Okay, in the double quotes, provide the XPath which is capable enough in locating multiple elements, that is multiple hyperlinks. There is a required multiple hyperlinks. And this find elements, you know that it will return list of web elements. So here these are links. I'm just giving some name as a links, guys. Okay, hover the mouse and say create local variable. It will be a list of web element return type, definitely. Now what I want to do here is I want to click these links one by one. Okay, I want to click all these links one by one. Here 5 links are there. These 5 links I want to click one by one. So if I use for each loop here, okay, there is a problem, guys. Okay, so whatever the code I'm going to write, right, that will result in one exception, guys. Okay, I'll show you one exception. That exception is nothing but reference exception will come. Okay, I'll explain about this exception in a while. Okay, don't worry about that. So I'm before only I'm saying when I'm trying to code here to achieve something, beforehand only I'm saying that you are going to get stale element reference exception. Why the exception will come and all, I'll explain later. Okay, so first let's blindly write the code with an intention that we have to click each and every link. Okay, so for that, for each and every every link here is a web element, guys. So I'll copy this web element here, say E. Okay, say E colon links. Okay, for each and every web element, each and every web element is a hyperlink here, right? Each and every web element is a hyperlink. For each and every web element we are iterating. I'll say E dot web element dot click, I will say. Okay, I'm performing click operation on this web element. So for example, let's assume that in the first iteration you have clicked on this compendium dev link. Okay, so what will happen when you click on the compendium dev link? You will be taken here. If you want to click on the second link, what you have to do? Again, you have to go back and click on this second link. After you go to the second link, guys, after you go to the second link, again to click on the third link, again you have to browse back. Then click on the third link and browse back. Fourth link, browse back. Fifth link. That's how we have to do. So for that guys, once you click on this link, you have to navigate back to the original page, navigate.driver.navigate.back. This command we have to use. Okay, all these commands are already covered in the previous sessions. If you have not gone through the previous session, you can refer to the previous sessions guys. Okay, so which will do browser back. This command will do browser back. So after clicking on each and every link in this for loop iterations, for each loop iterations, we are navigating back so that we can click on the second link. But you may be thinking that this code will be working because writing wise everything is perfect guys. Okay, we didn't do any mistake, but this code is going to result in one exception known as tail element reference exception. So why it will come, I'll explain. Okay, so let me first run the code and we'll practically see the exception. After that I'll resolve the exception. So it has opened the browser, maximize the browser, it will open the application URL. First it will click on the first link guys without any problem. You see the compendium div link got clicked. Now browser navigate back happened, but now it is not clicking on the second link. You see only one link got clicked. You see it's kind of grayed out, but second link didn't get clicked, and instead in the IntelliJ we got one exception known as tail element reference exception. We'll get. Let me find. You see this is exception. Stale element reference exception. Why we got the exception? Why? And the reason for the exception is here. Element is not attached to the page document. Okay. Element is not attached. Second link is not attached to the page document. Why it will happen? Why we get this tail element reference exception? For that you have to understand this theory, guys. Then you will understand why the exception came. So, guys, originally we are originally when you have run the script here, it has opened the browser, maximize the browser. It has taken to this application URL, right? What was the application URL page here? omayo.blogspot.com. This was the page we are on. And right when we are on this page, guys, when we are on this omayo.blogspot page, we with the help of find elements, we have located all these five elements and created that, attached these five elements to one variable known as links, right? This all these five hyperlinks we attached to this one variable known as links, which is a list of web elements, right? Here attachment happened. These elements got attached to these links here. Okay, with this equal symbol, we have attached these five hyperlinks to these links at this location. Okay, so links is equal to, that is driver dot find element, the attachment is there, links attachment is there. Okay, driver dot something. Okay, xyz. Okay, driver dot xyz is there. This attachment is there when we are on this page. Okay, so and we started iterating through the for loop where the first web element, that is first hyperlink in this list of links, has been located and identified here, and we simply said e dot click. We clicked on the first hyperlink. What was the first hyperlink, guys? Here, what was the first hyperlink we clicked on? We clicked on the compendium dev link. When this e dot click happened, this one has happened, guys. Okay, when e dot click happened, we went to another page. But is this omai.blogspot.com? No, right? It's a different page. So what happened here is originally Selenium was on this page, and here one of the hyperlink you clicked, and because of clicking this, from this page we navigated away to another page. From this page we navigated away to another page. That is the page is like some compendium dev page, I guess. Okay, let me show you. So this one, okay, basic web page. So I'll simply call that as a basic web page. Okay, some third party basic web page. Okay, some third party basic web page we went to. Okay, we navigated to another page, and again after navigating to another page, again using this command, that is driver.navigate.back, browser back option, we again came back to this page. We again came back to this page, and what happened here is it tried to you see when which line we got the exception. You see here we got the exception. Okay, in the second iteration, okay, in the second iteration when you try to click on the second link, but second link is not really attached to the links, guys. Okay, you see this attachment between this driver dot xyz and links has been gone away. Once you navigate away to another page, from this page when you navigate away to another page and come back, this original connection between these links and driver dot xyz got gone. And when you try to click on that, since the connection is not there, since find elements are nowhere in these links, it has not assigned anything. Maybe it has assigned some null or something, and that's why you got, when you try to click on something else, okay, it's giving stale element reference exception. The problem here is if you're on the same page, no problem, guys. Okay, if you're on the same page, this connection will not be gone between the driver dot find elements and this links option. Okay, but here Once you navigate away to another page and come back, then this connection will be lost, and as a result you will get what exception? stale element stale element reference exception. Refer stale element reference exception you will get. Okay, so this happens because mainly you navigated away from the original page to another page and came back. The moment you came back, the original connection is lost, and that's why you're getting stale element reference exception. The second hyperlink is nowhere attached to these links, and you are trying to click on one of the hyperlink that is not working out, and we got stale element reference exception. So how to resolve this exception then? How to resolve this stale element reference exception? How to handle this? Okay, you see how to handle this exception, guys. So this way will not work, guys. Okay, if you want to handle the exception, this way of for each loop will not work. We have to change our strategy, guys. Okay, we have to change our strategy. I have to use something known as traditional for loop. I can use traditional for loop. Okay, so I'll change a program a bit so that the requirement will work out, guys. Okay, we'll be still able to click on each and every link without losing the connection between this part and this part. Okay, so earlier we navigated away from the another page. This connection between this part and this part was gone, and because of that we got stale element reference exception, and for each loop was failing there. But what if I cleverly do something like this? Int I is equal to 1. Okay, why I'm writing like this, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll create a traditional for loop, guys. What I'm going to do beforehand, I'll tell you here on this page, guys. In this page, what I will do here is just understand this. I'll cleverly create an XPath expression. Okay, I'll cleverly create an XPath expression. You'll see like how I'm creating now. After that, you'll understand what I'm going to do. So I'll go to the selector sub or this control F and say the search box field, whatever you prefer. Okay, at that time, because we should not be depending on the tool. So I'm just explaining two versions every time. Fine. For now, I'll use the selector sub tab. Okay, fine. So here, guys, I'll inspect one of the hyperlink here, and already we created one XPath expression, right? So if I take this XPath expression /d id link list double slash a means it is locating all the 5 hyperlinks. But what if I want to locate only the first one? Surround this with circular bracket. Why we have to surround with circular bracket? I explained in the previous session, guys. You can refer. Okay, then give square of 1. Okay, square of 1 and press enter. You see only one got located. What if I change this 1 to 2? Only second got located. What if I change this to 3? Third will be third link got located out of these 5 links. If I change it to 4, fourth link. If I change it to 5, you see fifth one, like that. 1 2 3 4 5. So if I am able to change this number dynamically, then we are in a good position, right? Here I'll copy this part, guys. I'll copy this kind of XPath expression format. Okay, I'll also put it here. Okay, this is a format, guys. I'm using double slash div of a circular brackets I have to provide. Outside that I have to square brackets I have to give some number. Okay, if I give one, first link will be located. Second link, 2 means second link, like that, and so on. Copy this part, and here what I will do here is I'll do something here. I'll say string. Okay, string path is equal to, okay, some path is equal to double quotes. I'll give the this portion. Okay, this portion I'll give in the double quotes, guys, and this one I will remove, guys. Okay, this one I will remove. Till here only I'll put. Till the circular brackets only I put that square bracket, and this portion I'm not giving. Only till here I'm storing as a string. This portion this part I have to change it, right? That's why I'm not storing. So string path I will say here. So here 1 to 5, right? First element means 1. Fifth link means 5. 1 to 5. That's why here I'll say for int I is equal to 1. First element I is equal to 1. Index 1. Index, no, don't say index, but I is equal to 1, guys. Because first element, if you want to locate with this XPath expression, you have to add square bracket 1 here. Okay, I less than or equal to 5. I less than or equal to 5. Here I am hard coding this 5, guys. Okay, so instead if I get, because tomorrow at this particular place if I get 6 links, this will be a problem, right? 5, I have to manually come here and change that 5 to 6. Okay, that is a problem. So instead of giving manually 5 here, guys. Okay, so already we are using this XPath expression, which is capable enough in locating 5 hyperlinks on the page and storing that as a list of web elements, right? With these links, I'll simply say links dot size. I will say, okay, there is a size predefined method. If you have watched my collections, okay, collections framework video in Java part, this same training series, okay, in the previous sessions of this training series, In one of the session, I explained about collection framework in Java. So where we can use this size, guys, to find how many elements this particular thing is locating, right? So how many list of elements are there? List of elements are there. The size will be given. Okay, the size of this list will be given by the size method, size predefined method, and it will return you in the int format. Okay, int uh, number of links. Okay, number of links. Okay, this is more readable. Number of links. I'll copy this number of links, guys, and in place of I, I'll put number of links. Okay, I less than or equal to number of links, starting from the first link to number of links, and I'll say semicolon I plus plus. This is a traditional for loop. Now here inside this, guys, what I will do is whenever I'm running this in the first iteration, I'll append this I to this XPath, guys. Okay, so here I'll say uh, what I can say, guys, is so fine. I'll say string. I'll say string element path. Okay, element path is equal to some element, some other name I'm giving element path. So that is nothing but path plus, sorry, this path plus, path means this till here, guys, till here plus, I'll say double quotes, square bracket plus. Okay, after this I'm giving what? After this part I'm giving appending with this square bracket, starting brace of the square bracket, and in between that one should be there. So to get that one, guys, I'll take this I, I'll append that with I, and again say plus, and again double quotes, and then I'll close the square bracket. Okay, so what it will become, guys? This part will be now appended with, in the first iteration it will be with square brackets, one will be appended. Okay, this will become this kind of, in the first iteration this X path will be created dynamically here, element path as element path. Now I'll say driver dot find element by dot X path of, in this X path I'll give this element path. You see, this is dynamic X path, guys. Okay, here I'm creating a dynamic X path. In every iteration this X path will change. The first iteration it will be 1, in the second iteration square bracket of 2 will be there in the at the end of this X path, and also on. So find element by dot X path dot, I'll say click. Okay, dot click, and once I click on each and every hyperlink, I'll be taken to another page, right? Then if I click on this link, I'll be taken to another page. I have to come back. So for that, guys, the same code I'll be writing, that is driver dot navigate dot back, I'll say. Okay, driver dot navigate dot back. So fine. You see, this is the code we have to write, guys, to resolve that stale element reference exception. I have to make this XPath expression dynamic. So every time I'm attaching here, right? Here you see driver dot find element is attached with this XPath expression every time. Okay. So fine. This one should solve the stale element reference exception. Okay. For each loop will not work. This kind of code we have tried to overcome the stale element reference exception. Now let me run this code. This time our script should run properly. When the browser first link, it will click immediately. You see it is taking you to that back browser back happened. Second link it will click. Second link clicked, back browser back. Third link, yes, testwisely.com/demo, browser back. Then fourth link it will click jquery.ui.com, browser back. Fifth link, browser back, done. You see all the links got clicked one by one. So this is how, guys, we have to handle the stale element reference exception. Programmatically, we have to handle the only solution or way to handle the stale element reference exception is programmatical way, guys. Okay, we have to handle the stale element reference exception programmatically. Okay, so fine. So this is the code. Okay, this is the code for the stale element reference, for handling the stale element reference exception. Fine. So hope, guys, you have learned a lot. Okay, so as part of find elements, I also covered the stale element reference exception. When does it occur? Why does it occur? And how to handle it also explain. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one, guys. That is, so before moving to the next one, guys, there is one more example I have to give. So what I want to do now is like I want to look at all the hyperlinks on the web page and retrieve their href attribute. One more example I want to show you. Okay. So for that, guys, what I will do is I'll remove this code, guys. Okay. I'll remove this code. Okay. All this code I'll remove. So after opening the application URL in the browser, what I want to do is I want to locate all the hyperlinks on this page. Okay. So how to locate all the hyperlinks on this page? There will be a lot of hyperlinks on this page, right? So generally hyperlinks will have the anchor tag. As explained in one of in the previous session, guys. if you create an XPath expression like /a, this particular /a will locate all the hyperlinks on the web page. So I'll be using the same thing as I'll copy this /a and come back here and right click inspect somewhere, and here go to the selector sub or control F and that text box field. Just type here. There are 27 hyperlinks on this page. You see, starting from here, blocks is also Selenium 143. All these are the hyperlinks only. This is a hyperlink. This is a hyperlink. This is a hyperlink. Like that. There are total 27 hyperlinks on this page. What I want to get is I want to get the URLs of each and every hyperlink. Okay. You see. So here, guys, if you see here, guys, okay. So there are 27 hyperlinks that are getting located. Each and every hyperlink is having the URL where the hyperlink where the URL of the hyperlink is available in the href attribute of this anchor tags, right? In every href attribute of this anchor tags, we have this URL. So keep coming down omaya.blogspot.com, Selenium 143, Selenium by Arun, blogspot.com, Selenium 1 by Arun. Okay, like that, Selenium 2 by Arun. Lot of things are there. Compendium dev.co.uk. Each and every hyperlink is having a URL here that I want to retrieve. Only these URLs of each and every hyperlink, that is 27 hyperlinks I want to retrieve. For that, what I have to do is first I'll copy this XPath expression which can locate all the hyperlinks on the web page, that is /a, and say driver dot find elements. I'll say find elements, guys. Okay, find elements. Here I have to give by dot XPath. Okay, here I'm giving find elements, guys, not find element. Inside the by dot XPath, I'll give double quotes and paste the /a, and I'll put a semicolon here, and this will return all the hyperlinks. Okay, all links I'll say all links on the web page. For the mouse and say create local variable, list of web elements got created. Now I'll use a for each loop, guys. Okay, I'm not going to click on the hyperlink, so I don't have to avoid the stale element reference exception, because I'm not going to navigate away from this page to another page. So no problem, I can still use a for each loop. Each and every hyperlink is a web element here. So here web element e colon all links. Okay, all links, this all links. Okay, list of web elements. And here I'll say system.out.println e dot. What I want to get, guys, I want to get the value of this particular href attribute of each and every anchor tag. How to get the value of these attributes? For that, we have a command, guys, in Selenium WebDriver, which I have explained in the previous sessions of the series. That is get attribute. The get attribute, guys, inside this double quotes, from which attribute of this elements I have to retrieve href attribute. Right here, I have to give href. Okay, href. Okay, fine. Now, guys, so this will be retrieved and printed for each and every hyperlink. This is fine, guys. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I think. So for every iteration, one hyperlink will be taken, and the URL of the each and every hyperlink will be retrieved and printed using this get attribute command and println of Java. Okay. Now run this code, guys. This code will be enough, guys. It will retrieve all the hyperlinks and print the URLs of each and every hyperlink one by one. And finally, it will close the browser. As simple as this. Nothing much. You see, total all 27 hyperlinks got printed here, guys. So this is one hyperlink, second, third, fourth. Okay, all the hyperlinks. Somewhere null is also coming, guys. Maybe if you clearly observe, guys, some anchor tags. You see this anchor tag, right? It doesn't have any URL here. Hash is there. Doesn't have any URL. So that's where null came. All the URLs which are having the here, you see, guys, there is one hyperlink which doesn't have href, right? Which doesn't have href. So in that case also we are getting null. Fine. Anyhow. So fine. Or can we do some logic here? Like what we can do, guys, e dot I don't want to print nulls, let's say. Okay, in the output you see some nulls are coming. I don't want to print nulls. Then is there any way I can handle this? I can programmatically handle that problem. So yeah, we can do that. How to do that is I'll simply say if e dot get attribute of href is not equal to null. Okay, if it is not equal to null, okay, you can this is optional, guys. Okay, if you have only one line under the if condition. Okay, if you have only one line, only one line of code is there under the if condition, this you don't have to provide this. Okay, this is part of the if condition only. Okay, so up to you, guys. If you are used to that, then provide the curly braces and provide it. Okay, if you have only one line of code, then you don't have to mention this curly braces. Anyhow, I'll write it. Okay, no problem. So to avoid confusion. Anyhow, e dot get attribute of href, if it is equal to null, then If it is not equal to null, then only it will print. If it is null, it will avoid that. Okay, it will not print that. Run this code. This is how programmatically we can avoid printing nulls in the output. Only the for the hyperlinks which have the URL in the href, that hyperlinks only will be printed. Okay, remaining nulls will not be printed now this time. You see, nowhere nulls got printed. You see, all the hyperlinks got printed. All the hyperlinks got printed from top to bottom. Done. So guys, with this, I'm done with the find elements. Okay, but one more thing is there, that is by.tagName. Okay, I explained all the by.id, by.name, by.class name, by.link text, by.partial link text, by. CSS selector, by.xpath, like that. Everything I explained, but only one thing is there, that is tag name. Okay, we can even locate the elements with the help of tag name. And the reason why I have not explained about tag name is I wanted to explain after I explain this find elements. Okay, somehow tag name is related to find elements. I'll tell you how. So guys, I'll remove all this. I'll clear this code, and here the general code is there, which will open the browser, maximize the browser, and open the application URL. This will close the browser. Fine. In between that, I am going to write the code. Fine. The code here is I want to do something like this. Okay. With the help of tag name, we can locate the elements with the help of the name of the HTML tag of that element. Okay. We can locate the UI elements on the web page with the help of the tag HTML tag name of the elements. Okay. So locating all the elements having the locating all the elements having the input tag on the web page and printing their type. How to do this? I need to locate all the elements having the input tag on this web page. Okay. So you say, first of all, if I have to create an XPath expression which can locate all the input tags, UI elements having the input tag on this web page, then how to create an XPath expression? /input. That's it. This particular thing will locate all the UI elements on the web page which have the input tag. Okay. If I give this /input here and press enter, you see 34 UI elements are there on this web page. Okay, which are having this input tag, right? So 34 UI elements are on this page which have this input tag. So guys, instead of giving this XPath expression, if I want to find this 34 UI elements on the web page with the help of the tag name only, that is input, just by giving this tag name, if I want to find all this 34, then I have to use something known as driver dot find elements. I'll say, okay, this time I'll use find elements, guys, because tag name will give me a lot of tags. By dot, instead of giving XPath, I'm giving tag name, guys. Okay, which tag? Which tag of the element? Input tag. That's it. Directly give input, guys. Okay, this is HTML tag of the element. HTML tag of the elements. How many elements are on this web page which are having the single input tag? 34 elements are there. Okay, all the elements which are having this input tag in their HTML code need to be find by this find elements. Okay, if 34 are there, 34 elements need to be find by this find elements. Okay, it will return you all the input elements. Okay, input elements will be returned. All the input elements. I can even say all input elements also. I can say this name as. Okay, create local variable list of web elements. Okay, here each and every web element which is having their input tag in their HTML code got located and stored here. Now what I can do here is what I want to do on that. So what I have to do after this? Okay, I want to locate all the elements having the input tag with the help of by.tagName. We have done, right? I just passed the input tag to this tag name command, and it was able to locate all the elements on the web page which have the input tag in their HTML code. And I want to print their type, guys. You see, if I type this XPath expression here, /input, you see all the 34 elements came. Each and every input tag has some type, guys. Okay, the first input tag, this particular one. Okay, this username. If you hover that, you see the username is coming in red color on the UI. This username is of type text, guys. Okay, whereas this password, the second one, okay, the second one password is of type password. This one is password type. Third one, where is third one? Again text. Okay, type is equal text. Fourth one, again password. Fifth one, the type is button, guys. For this login button, type is button. Sixth one, this for this cancel, type is reset. Like that, each and every input tag is having some type, right? Type text, type text. A lot of things are buttons. Okay, here any type is there. File type. This is okay. This is file type. Okay, you can use this type to upload the files and all. Okay. Okay, but input tags, but the tag name of HTML tag name of this elements, each and every element is a input type. Some will be like radio buttons will be there. You see type is equal to radio, mail radio option. Then some checkbox options will be there. Type checkbox will be there. Okay, a lot of things are there here. Fine. So all the types I want to retrieve, guys. Okay, for type of each and every 34 U elements having the input tag in their HTML code, I want to retrieve. For that, for each loop I'll use for each and every web element having the input tag, key, colon, all these input tags. Okay, this out e dot, how to get the value of the type attribute. So simple, the same command I would use, get attribute command I would use. Okay, and have to pass the name of the attribute from which I want to retrieve the value. Type is the name of the attribute. Type is the name of the attribute. And run this code. That's it, guys. As simple as this. Nothing much. Here we have used by.tagName, guys. Okay, to locate all the 34 input tags, 34 elements having the input tags in the HTML code. I've used by.tagName. Basically, guys, by.tagName most probably will return you multiple elements. Okay, because on a web page, multiple tags will be there. Okay, multiple elements having the same tag will be there. You see, so all the 34 came up. Okay, which types? First element, first type, text box field, password field, text field, password field, reset, text, button, file, checkbox, submit button, type is submit, radio, type is checkbox, type is text. You see all type of input tags came. Okay, and printed. Okay, type attribute values of each and every input tag elements got retrieved and printed, guys. Okay, like this we can do. Now guys, the second example. Okay, after this example is done, guys, after this example is done, as you can see here, we have used by.tagName. Here we gave the tag name as input. Now this time, guys, I want to print all the hyperlinks href attribute. Already we did this here, right? Locating all the hyperlinks on the web page and retrieving their href attribute. But here we have used an XPath expression to locate the all the hyperlinks on the web page, right? I created an XPath expression which can locate all the hyperlinks on the website, the /a kind of thing. But here I'm not going to create an XPath expression. Here we are going to use tag name. Okay. Here only the same example, same thing I have tried the program, but this time I have to use by.tagName instead of by.xpath. So further, guys, how to do that? All the hyperlinks on the web page will have which tag, guys? All the hyperlinks on the web page will have which tag? Anchor tag, a tag. So if I pass that anchor tag to this tag name, it will be done, right? So let's do that. Here I'll say driver.findElements by.tagName of instead of input I'll give a tag because all the hyperlinks will be located here with the help of tag name. Find elements, all the hyperlinks, and I'll say all links, and I'll say all links. Paste it here, and I want to retrieve the href attribute value because URLs of each and every hyperlink will be stored where in the href attribute. So here I'll give href. Okay, attribute name of this hyperlinks is href. That's it, guys. Just change this to by.tagName of instead of giving XPath, I'm giving by.tagName. Example is same, guys. So fine. Anyhow, here as I already mentioned, some nulls will come. To avoid the nulls, guys, what I will do is I'll say e dot get attribute of href. If it is not equal to null, then only print. Okay. Otherwise, don't print. If null don't print the nulls, only the anchor tags which are having the URLs in their href need to be printed. Okay. So like this, I can write the condition and run this code. This will work out. Here we are using by.tagName of a to locate all the hyperlinks on the web page instead of XPath expression. You see all the hyperlinks, okay, without nulls got printed here in the output. Okay, fine. So with this, guys, I have covered find elements and by.tagName along with what exactly stale element reference exception and how to handle the stale element reference exception. All the things I covered as part of this session 15 of Selenium 4 training series. So that's all for this session, guys. See you in the next video session. Thank you. Bye.